Today we're going to talk about the 6 challenges you will have as a manager. My name is Michael Baraya. I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. We did that with zero money invested. And now we have a lot of things cooking for us from coast to coast like butter on toast. So what are the 6 challenges a manager will have when it comes to leading his team? Well, I'm telling you this. I have led so many teams up, down, left, right, build teams, lost teams, and I'm telling you, these 6 challenges are, in my opinion, the top 6 challenges in my opinion, right? So number 1, the biggest challenge of being a manager and leading people is what? Leading yourself. You might say, Michael, what does that have to do with anybody else? Because the biggest person and the number 1 person you have to learn how to lead is yourself. And that is the hardest thing on the planet. Leading yourself to do shit that you do not want to do. Leading yourself to go to the gym. Leading yourself to get shit done. Leading yourself, to go work, to go hustle when it rains and snows and all these different things. So when you learn how to lead yourself, it's a very, very, very important skill set, and that is one of the biggest challenges when it comes to building a team, because if you cannot lead yourself, how can you lead other people? Number 2, lack of trust. Most managers do not know, and we just talked about in another video, how to build trust with other people. There's ways to build trust with other people that you support, that you serve. It's very important. The foundation of every relationship is trust. And if there's lack of trust, it'll be very difficult to build that relationship. And if you can't build that relationship, you cannot serve them. You cannot help them get to the next level, right? Number 3, the other challenge people have is the lack of understanding of how people learn. Some managers don't understand, and teachers have this mistake as well. They think that everyone's like a robot and learns the same way. So you have to understand that the way your team or your salesperson or your employee learns is completely different. Some of them have to see things in order to learn it. Some of them have to hear things in order to learn it. Some of them have to do things in order to learn them, right? Kinesthetically. So you have to figure out what is this person's learning, style, right? Once you figure out their learning style, then you can cater to them in that style. So for example, I know, like, let's say, employee A loves to learn by doing stuff. So I'm not going to sit there and send him 100 videos on how to get shit done, because it won't process, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, what I want you to do is do X, Y, and Z. They go do it, they fuck up, they fail, I watch them, I help them, and I help them become better. Whereas another person, they learn by listening to stuff. So guess what? I'll give them some podcasts, I'll give them some audiobooks. Like, you got to figure out how do your people learn, because otherwise you're not going to be able to, help your people grow, right? And that's the challenge that most managers have, is the lack of understanding of how their people learn. Number 4, not understanding how difficult or how different personalities are and how they work. There's 16 different types of personalities. There are all kinds of personality tests out there. Do you know the type of people you're respectively trying to serve? You cannot have the same medicine for every single person in your company, right? You have to have a different medication cabinet and say, this person needs this person needs that. So when you have a team of 10 different people, as an example, how do you know how to relate with different one of them? Some of them are introverts, some of them are extroverts, some of them are dominant, some of them are more passive. You got to figure that out. Some of them, and everyone is different. You got to learn, how do I relate with each individual and to determine what their personality is and how they, perform, how they think, what drives them, what motivates them, what inspires them, how to get them to ticked off. Like, I remember I had one sales guy that I was training a leader in my company how to train his sales team, right? And what he did was, one of his salesperson was very driven by competition. So he always poke him and say, yo, I'm going to beat you. Let's compete today, da-da-da-da. And he would do the same thing to another sales rep. Now, this other salesperson was not a competitive person. He was completely different. Like, competition scared him. Competition demotivated him. So he was trying to get this guy to be motivated, and he could not get him to work, because he asked me for help. And I was like, dude, why are you trying to motivate this guy with competition? He's like, yeah, because competition drives these sales guys. I was like, no. Competition drives you and this sales guy, but not him. What drives him is love. He needs love. He needs care. He needs someone to believe in him. He needs more recognition. You need to go talk to him. You need to go spend time with him. That's what he needs. Right? Because every person is different. So you got to figure out what is their learning style, but also what is their personality style as well, to figure out what makes them tick, what makes them move. Number 5, coming up with material to train with them. That is one of the most, toughest challenges on the planet. Figuring out what to teach my sales guy, because you have 10 different people in the room and they all need different information sometimes. This guy needs objection handling. This guy needs this. This guy needs that. This guy needs more help with personalities. So it's hard to know what kind of material to come up with, number 1, and actually which material to actually go through at what given time. There's a skill to that. It's not just showing up to the office and talking about, we did great yesterday. Let's say a great day, massive recognition, a lot of success. But you show up to the next day and you want to talk about, I don't know, cancellations or chargebacks. Like, why would you do that? You just kill the momentum. You have to learn what to teach your guys at a specific given time. When to scold them, when to be bold with them, when to be nice with them, when to be sweet with them, when to slap them on the ass. You got to figure that out. That's one of the biggest challenges of, coming up, with building a team, of coming up with some material to train them, right? Number 6, the last thing is learning how to keep people motivated and inspire them on a daily basis. Right? It's very easy to get someone to be motivated when the market is doing good. But when the market is doing bad, how do you inspire them? When they have a bad day, how do you inspire them? When they have a bad week, how do you inspire them? How do you motivate them? How do you keep them up? Because it's very easy to pump them up for 2 hours, but after freaking 2-3 days, guess what happens? They're back to the depressive moments. So how do you motivate and inspire other people? It's very important to understand that. And that's one of the challenges. And I believe these 6 challenges, if you can learn to overcome these challenges, you will become an amazing, amazing, amazing leader and an amazing, amazing, amazing manager. So my name is Michael Baraya. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.